And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski with you here live tonight from Commodore Stadium, where this is the BSN Baseball Game of the Week, brought to you by My Card for Athletes and Jimmy Hulu's, where it's Taco Tuesdays, and I believe there was a taco drop done right here this week by Tracy Rayum of 321 Sportscast. Came by and dropped off some tacos as the Gallie Commodores are now being introduced here. Let's give you the starting lineups for both teams. All right. So leading off for Harmony is going to be Weston Thompson. Jadil Perez will bat second. Samuel Castillo third. Angel Medina fourth. Jose Sarantani will bat fifth. Nate O'Neill sixth. Clayton Williams seventh. Jaden Perez eighth. And second baseman Austin Fain. Ashton Fain will bat ninth. Can't read the man's writing there. And for the O'Gallie Commodores, leading off in DH and for Brock Lustig, who's at shortstop, it's going to be Aiden McMahon batting second. It's going to be Alex Jacobs. Carson Leach doing the pitching tonight. He's batting third. Carson Leach third. Connor O'Keefe fourth. Vincent Breckenridge fifth. KJ Jones sixth. Nick Cunningham seventh. Chase McBrearty eighth. And Kevin Dillon will bat ninth. And we'll have the national anthem. And hopefully we won't pick up a copyright strike for that. All right, the national anthem. It's the 12-2 Harmony Longhorns, ranked 24th in the state. That is until last night when they were defeated by their rivals over in St. Cloud, 8-7 in extra innings. Threw a lot of arms in that game. And so tonight they'll come over and start a sophomore. We'll tell you about him coming up when the Commodores jump in the batter's box. But tonight it's Carson Leach. He's 2-0 with a 1.52 ERA and 4 appearances this season. That's 23 innings pitched, 18 hits, 5 earned runs, 37 strikeouts, 8 walks, and teams are batting just 209 against Carson. But he'll go against a pretty formidable lineup tonight. The Harmony Longhorns are batting 345 this season. They get on base at about a 48% clip, slugging 528. That's an OBPS of 1.0005. 31 stolen bases, 10 home runs, 33 doubles, and 3 triples this season. So, and they got several guys that are doing outstanding this year. They have 7 players in 7 of their 9 players have 10 or more hits this season. The leadoff guy, Weston Thompson, batting .375, 18 hits, and 10 RBIs this season. Angel Medina, another one of their leading hitters. He'll bat fourth. He's batting 400. He's got 17 hits, 16 RBIs, and he's got 4 of their 10 home runs. They are led by fifth-year skipper Heath Williams, 60 wins in his 5 years at Harmony. As Weston Thompson steps in to face Carson Leitz here. I can't see the screen. First pitch offering is swung on and missed for strike one. Let me get this screen fixed because I cannot see it because of the sun. Leitz gets him to swing and miss. The 0-1 on its way is going to be 0-2 right down Gallie Boulevard. And Leitz is quickly ahead, 0-2 to Weston Thompson, the leadoff hitter. And that's going to be a chopper foul. Thompson's got 11 strikeouts this year, so Leitz with a good chance here to set him down. Leitz rocks, kicks, and fires upstairs on the waste pitch, and it's 1-2. Take you around the Commodore infield and outfield. The battery mate tonight behind the plate for Carson is K.J. Jones. Leitz is 1-2. Is little change up there, fouled off. Chase McBrearty, Vincent Breckenridge, and Kevin Dillon from left to right in the outfield. Connor O'Keefe, Brock Lustig, Nick Cunningham, and Alex Jacobs around the infield. Leitz still 1-2 to Thompson. 2-2. Good take by Thompson. Really good take. The on-deck hitter is Jadiel Perez, one of 2 Perez is in the lineup tonight. Brothers, Jadiel and Jaden. The 2-2 is now 3-2. And Leitz, after getting ahead quickly, has fallen behind 3-2. And there's a shot to the third baseman, up and over to first. That's an outstanding play. Connor O'Keefe to Alex Jacobs. Keefe moving to his left to get the out. Thank you, my friend Caleb, who was on his way to Lake City. I want to say hello to everyone in the car. Nikki Teeter, I want my flight. It'll bring up Jadiel Perez inside ball 1. Jadiel batting .312 this year. He's got one of the home runs. He's going to look at 0-2, and Leitz is again ahead, 0-2. This time to Jadiel Perez, the shortstop. Leitz rocks and kicks, and that, I don't know how he took that, but he did, and it's a ball. 1-2. And time asked for and granted. The 1-2 is upstairs 2-2, and for the second consecutive batter, Leitz has gone 0-2, now 2-2. Trying to stay out of the full count here. Talked to Carson before the game. He likes his changeup today. There it is for strike 3, and Jadiel Perez is strikeout victim number 1, and that'll bring up Samuel Castillo. Or no, that's a ball. My bad. I looked down and put the X in there and everything. That ball is lifted into right center, and Kevin Dillon, let me change the K, which I put it in there. That's what you get when you assume. I assumed and looked down, and Yep, I did that. I made the you know what out of you and me. Yeah, I definitely jumped all over that one. And now that'll bring up Samuel Castillo. And for the third consecutive batter, Leach starts him off with a first pitch strike. This is popped sky high. Connor O'Keefe calls and hauls for the third and final out. And the Harmony Longhorns go 1-2-3, and a good inning for Carson Leach. We head to the bottom of the first, no score. All right, welcome back. You're talking to my good friend TJ McMahon. And yeah, I don't know if you saw the big news today, but you know, TJ and I, both big fans of the Mark Moses show. At least not on the, it's not going to be on the radio anymore. Check out the post on Brevard Sports Network and what Mark is doing into the future. Good stuff coming from Mark and the Mark Moses show. All right, we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Aiden McMahon, Alex Jacobs, and Carson Leach. Trevor Bean on the bump tonight for Harmony. Bean, we'll give you his stats after this pitch, is low, 2-0. Bean this season, he's a sophomore, 18 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 8 walks, 17 Ks, a 1.91 ERA, and teams are batting 125 against him, and that's a strike down the middle. And it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. And now it's 2-2. Good swing by Aiden McMahon. McMahon comes in this season having a great year. He is the DH tonight. And that's high. McMahon's batting .441. He's got 15 hits and one of the 11, I believe it is, Gallie home runs this year. Bean rocks, kicks, and fires, and that's a leadoff walk for Aiden McMahon. Alex Jacobs will step in now. Jacobs batting .368. He's got 14 hits, 10 RBIs, and 2 home runs this season. Like I said, they threw 3 of their better arms last night. in a loss, an 8-7 loss to St. Cloud, being a left-handed sophomore. Aiden McMahon at first. Jacobs with Leets on deck. Curveball. He does not have that curveball, or at least whatever breaking pitch he's trying to snap off early in the count. Oh, Gallie's hot right now. I mean, really hot. 5 in a row for the Commodores. 52-13, outscoring opponents in those 5 games. And that's a strike that jumps in. 1-1. I'm not sure what that was. Time or I don't even know if that was a pitch. Good check. Jacobs checks it up, and it should be 2-1, I would think. The 2-1 on its way is 2-2 now. So deuces are wild here. 2 balls, well, not quite wild, but 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out and Aiden McMahon at first. Take you around the Harmony infield and outfield here in just a second. I'm not sure that can't be the move. Weston Thompson, Samuel Castillo, and Jaden Perez from left to right in the outfield. Nate O'Neill, Jadil Perez, Fain, and Angel Medina from third to first. Jose Scrafani is the catcher and battery mate behind the plate for Trevor Bean. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and this ball is skied into right field. Jaden Perez tracks, and hauls for out number 1. Carson Leach steps in. Carson having a year not just on the bump, but at the dish as well. Leach hitting .363. He's got 13 hits, 3 home runs, and he leads the Commodores with 17 RBIs. And he'll look at ball 1 outside, 1-0. The 1-0 is 2-0, and the runner will take off the second on the wild pitch. Ooh, I don't know how he stayed off that, but he does. And it's 3-0. The 3-0 is in the dirt and gets away. And down to third base comes Aiden McMahon, and the Commodores are threatening here. And that's another walk. And it feels like to me that Harmony wanted so badly to beat St. Cloud last night. I mean, they used a great trio of arms in doing so. And they're and I'd say of those 2 arms, 2 of those guys are available tonight if they're needed. But I don't know how many. Well, I'd have to look at the days rest. I'm not sure how many days. Yeah, no, I would say two of them are not. My apologies, because there's a certain amount of days rest you have to have with throwing pitches from one day to the next. So, yeah, I would say they're not available. Gallie this season, 82 runs scored and 29 allowed. And we got a pinch runner out there, and it's Xavier Larice. Larice pinch running. Got a little shoulder tightness tonight, so out of the lineup. But you definitely need those legs. Larice can run, and he can run like a deer. And there he goes. And they won't even make an attempt at him. So Larice will take the base on the catcher's indifference. And who didn't see that coming? The pitch is fouled off by Connor O'Keefe. Two and two to O'Keefe. Big payoff pitch here for Connor. Connor steps out to catch his breath a little bit here, or at least clear the cobweb, steps back in. The 2-2 on its way is upstairs. 3 and 2. Lots of pitches in this first inning. O'Keefe batting .310. He's got a dinger himself. And this is popped up, got underneath of an off-speed pitch. Fain calls it and hauls it for out number 2. So Gallie with first and third and 2 out, or second and third rather, with 2 outs now. As Vincent Breckenridge steps in. Breckenridge, a .360 hitter this year. He's got a dinger, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs, 9 hits, and 25 official at-bats. This would be big if the sophomore can get out of this without allowing a run. Pitch is fouled off and just barely misses going into the Harmony dugout. Trevin Bean upstairs, ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 is high. Two and one. And now deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Gallie last year lost both lost both games to Harmony, 11-0 and 7-0. And that fills it up at 3 and 2, but the Commodores are 4 and 3 all time against the Longhorns. Just didn't have a good year against them last year. The 3-2 on its way. Swing and a miss in the dirt. The catcher catches it and throws to first for good measure. And Breckenridge is out number 3. The Commodores threaten, but they don't push across the run. They get 2 walks in the inning. As we head to the second, no score. Carson Leach back out on the bump for the top of inning number 2. It'll be Angel Medina, Jose Scrofani, and Nate O'Neill. O'Neill got him Leach got him 1, 2, 3 last inning. He went 0-2 to every batter last inning. And first pitch swinging down to Alex Jacobs. And Jacobs says, I got it. Touches the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. Jose Scrofani steps in. I didn't even get a chance to tell you about the previous batter. Scrofani comes in, batting .349, 15 hits, 7 RBIs, 2 doubles. I told you this is a great hitting baseball team. Batting .345 as a team, .477 OBP, and a 1.0050 Brock Lustig with a play across his body, and Lustig, 3 pitches, 2 outs. That's what you like to see, is Brock Lustig scoops that up. As Nate O'Neill steps in. And I think it's a good approach because he threw, like I said, he went 0-2 to the first 3 hitters in the first inning. So why not look for that first pitch strike? And there it is. First pitch strike to all 6 hitters he's faced. Leeds to Nate O'Neill. Upstairs. O'Neill batting .415 this year. He's got 17 hits, 13 RBIs. These guys make contact. The umpires in the infield wanted a strike. 2-1. Ground ball. Lustig eats it up and swallows it whole. 3 up, 3 down again, and 6 up, 6 down through 2. Back with the bottom of the second. Man, go ahead, buddy. Speak loud.
Xavier Luis, 4-star athlete, upcoming athlete, Gatorade, sponsor me.
Gatorade. X-Man says drink Gatorade. There you go.
She has
Xavier
all
Luis.
your needs met. Auto, home, life.
Love it. Little bit of, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to have to get X to tell me about that Jimmy Hula's Taco Tuesday drop. As we go to the second inning. As it'll be KJ Jones, Nick Cunningham, and Chase McBrearty. I'm feeling an O'Gallie Commodore home run tonight. I'm feeling it. And KJ Jones is a guy that hit one deep the last time I did the Commodore game. He hit a 3-run bomb at Merritt Island. And Jones comes in this year not having the season in terms of average that he would want, 120. He's got a home run. Just 3 hits, 9 RBIs this season. Sometimes hitters get in funks that something happens and all of a sudden it turns on a switch. and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I love it. That's why I love coming here. The realest of the reals. If you don't love Bobby Collins, you 481 career wins. He's just 19 away from 500. Trevor Bean. Good eye by KJ. And there's a walk. KJ with a good eye there draws a lead-off walk. And for the second consecutive inning, we get a walk to lead off the inning as Declan Tynan will run. And this will bring up Nick Cunningham. Cunningham batting .233 this year. He's got 7 hits and 4 RBIs. But again, the leadoff hitter aboard for Gallie. Declan Tynan at first after he's running for KJ Jones. Bean sets. Showing bunt. I did an O'Galley game one time where O'Galley couldn't buy a bunt. They couldn't lay one down. They couldn't bunt. They just couldn't bunt. Well, the next time I came back, everybody was laying beautiful bunts down the line. I can't tell you how many times they worked on that. And off and running, and that's a ground ball, and that's going to get through a drawn-in infield looking for the bunt, and on a base knock into left field, Declan Tynan is going to get the third, and Nick Cunningham is going to get one of those high choppers for a base hit. And now it's first and third with nobody out, and Chase McBrearty at the plate. Everything's open for Bobby here, and he'll do it. You could bunt here. I mean, there's so much you could do here. And that's not what he I like the idea, but McBrearty's going to get a stare from Collins on that one. You got to pull that down. And a move to first. A lot of times you get so anxious to bunt, you just don't pull the bat back. You just forget to pull the bat back, and appears to have been what McBrearty did on that play, on that pitch, I should say. The pitch, and he went to bunt again, but it's high and outside. But after the gift, it's 1-1. Gallie, when we did that Merritt Island game, they were batting .233 as a team. Boy, has that significantly come up. They're up to .285. The pitch foul back to the screen. Batting .285 as a team. On base about 41% of the time. Got a slug of .472. They got an .884 OBPS. They don't steal a lot of bases. They picked the right time to run. 20 stolen bases. And even more impressive, they're a good fielding baseball team. Just 14 errors. 962 clip. He went. That's a strikeout, and that'll bring up Kevin Dillon. Second strikeout of the night for Trevor Bean as Dillon steps in. Dillon batting .353 this year. He's got 6 hits and 17 at bats, 2 RBIs, and he also has a bomb. So the 3-run home run on the table. Bean kicks and fires. And I suspect that they'll be working on bunting again, because that's not going to please Coach. Again, I like the idea. It's only 1 out. Get that run in. Yeah, Bobby's walking back to the box talking. He's not talking to Declan Tynan. Little move over there. There you go. It's a ball. 1-1. Sometimes when you sit next to the bench, you see that extra testosterone just flying off the lips of the players as they banter with one another back and forth.
I did not hear it hit any car, so you will not need Emily Johnson at State Farm Insurance on that one.
1-2 now. Top of the order due up next, though. Aiden McMahon on deck, and he definitely wants a crack here. Swing and a miss. And back-to-back strikeouts for Trevor Bean has put the Commodores in a hole, consecutive inning hole, with which they've had 2 runners on with 1 or less outs. Now McMahon walked his first time up. And this would be a huge boost for Harmony if they can get out of here. The pitch. And there's a shot. Fair ball down the line, around second and third. Oh, he's going to stop at third. And the Commodores cash in on a rocket shot down the left field line by Aiden McMahon. It'll be a double, and it scores the pinch runner Declan Tynan, and Gallie leads it 1-0. That's clutch. That's clutch. He wasted no time jumping all over that. Inside to Alex Jacobs, who flied out to the right fielder his last time up. And that'll miss. 2-0. Good pitch to hit here. And he didn't like it. You know what? He didn't like it. It was outside a bit, but it hit the black. It's a strike. He didn't want it. He saw it. It's a good take. 2-1. And he had to go get that because he threw it in the same spot. And it's 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So another Deuces Wild inning here. How will it end on this pitch from Trevor Bean to Alex Jacobs. And it's 3-2. Nick Cunningham at third. And there's a dribbler foul. Cunningham at third. The runner at second is Aiden McMahon, who doubled down the line. And at the plate is first baseman Alex Jacobs. Jacobs second on the team with 10 RBIs this season, second on the team with 2 home runs. Pitch, ball 4, and a good at-bat by Jacobs, which brings up Carson Leitz, who leads the team in RBIs and leads the team in home runs with 17 and 3, respectively. Here comes Heath Williams, the head coach. I believe that's who that is, out to do a little talking. Now you got bases loaded with 2 outs here. Let's recap for you. Taking you around the outfield to be Weston Thompson, Samuel Castillo, and Jaden Perez in the outfield for Harmony. Nate O'Neill, Jadil Perez, and I'm going to make sure I get his name right, Ashton Fain. And then in over at first is Angel Medina. Jose Scrafani is behind the plate. Carson Leitz at the plate with Connor O'Keefe on deck. They are definitely running Trevor Bean's pitch count through the roof. So here comes Leitz, a tailor-made situation if there ever was one in terms of helping your own cause. Everywhere you look is a Commodore and their best hitter at the plate. Upstairs, ball 1. And there is activity in the Harmony bullpen. Carson can get this to 2-0. And that'll be popped out of play. So it'll be 1-1 to Leitz. And Leitz drives that through the middle. 1 run is in, around first and on his way to score. And is he in or out? He's out. Aiden McMahon got thrown out at the plate. I don't know how. I guess we'll figure this out. But the Commodores do score 2. I'm going to look at the replay here. What happened? How? Just a good throw. That's just a good throw. All right, we head to top of the third, 2-0, Gallie. Top of the third inning, Clayton Williams, Jaden Perez, and Ashton Fain due up as Carson Leach has gone 1 through 6 without giving, or one hitters 1 through 6 without allowing a base runner. And there's a chopper foul. And for the 7th consecutive batter, Carson Leach will work from ahead of them at 0-1. Several things in pitching. Once had a conversation a long, long time ago. Got an opportunity to meet Mike Flanagan of the Orioles. Is the pitch. And that's right in front of the plate. KJ Jones picks it up. 2 pitches, 1 out. And I asked Mike Flanagan what was, God rest his soul, what was, what did Earl Weaver or Ray Miller or any of the pitching coaches used to preach? And it was always changing speeds, location, and first pitch strikes. Changing speeds, pitch location, and first pitch strikes. Foul back to the screen, and Leach 8 straight ahead of him, 0-2. Oh, I don't know. Upstairs, 1-2. I mean, you can work from ahead like that. Makes the rest of the AB that effective for the pitcher. Now you see he doesn't want to throw 2 balls in a row, but because he got ahead, it's not as much of a battle as it could be. And now, for the second or third time in the game, he's gotten ahead and then fallen behind 3-2. So you don't want to waste it like that. And there's a dribbler out to the second baseman. Can he make this play? No. An infield hit. That ball was like up the middle, and it was a mighty fine effort by Nick Cunningham with the jump throw, but that was a single from the minute it left the bat. As Ashton Fain steps in. Two to nothing. Gallie on top here, top of the third. 1 on, 1 out. And that is strike 1. Strike 2. Jaden Perez missed a sign over at first base. A steal sign. You can tell because Coach is sticking his arms out. Didn't get it that time, and I'm not sure why Carson Leach. That's ball 1 right down the middle. So it'll be 1 and 2. Let's reset and take you back through the outfield. Good throw over, and I think he had the moment there because I think he was going. But it's McBrearty in left, Breckenridge in center, Dillon in right, O'Keefe and Lustig, a third and short, Cunningham and Jacob second and first. KJ Jones behind the plate. Lustig 1 and 2 with 1 out here. He's off and running. Is this to strike him out, throw him out? No. It's to strike him out, throw it in center field. And he'll get there. The third is to throw is way offline. But it will be a strikeout. Jaden Perez will get the stolen base. And a throwing error will send him to third. And Harmony now has a runner at third with 2 outs, it should be. With the top of the order coming up and 2 outs here, Weston Thompson grounded out to Connor O'Keefe, his first time up. And 10 straight batters. Leach has gone 0-1. That's really a remarkable streak. 10 straight first pitch strikes to batters. And he's 0-2. I don't think I've ever seen that before at this level. And this is, oh man, I hope that's not a car. No. Leach looking for the punch out with 2 strikes, and he'll get it. K.J. Jones down to first to complete it. And the Commodores strand the runner at third. Carson Leach is on some kind of roll. We head to the bottom of the third. Commodores up 2-0.
Three, 2, 1. Shout out Jimmy Hoolers, getting us ready for our game. Pre-practice, pre-game meal. Go get y'all some Jimmy Hoolers.
There you go.
Come on, Josh. Hi, Grandma.
All right, welcome back here. I want to thank Xavier, Larice, and Joshua. Giving a big shout out to Jimmy Hollis. As it'll be Carson Leach, Connor O'Keefe, and Vincent Breckenridge due up. And Leach, or no, this is Connor O'Keefe. I'm sorry, Connor O'Keefe. Leach got the hit that that McMahon was thrown out at the plate for the third out. Chopper. It's a tough play. And I mean that's just a great play by the third baseman, but just took too long to develop. And Connor O'Keefe will lead off with a base hit. As Vincent Breckenridge steps in. So much like the streak of Carson Leach, where he's gone 11 straight hitters, 0-1, the Commodores for the third straight inning have the leadoff hitter aboard. McMahon walked in the first, Jones walked in the second, and Connor O'Keefe gets on with an infield single to start the third for him. Trevor Bean's pitch count climbing. 1-0. Inside, 2-0. What are these things at the time? These things YouTube are putting up now. When they add like these new things and they pop up on your screen, you're like, what's going on? I feel so old. 2-0. to Breckenridge. Struck out back in the first. Upstairs. And Breckenridge has got a few pitches to play with here as KJ Jones is on deck. Gallie ahead 2-0 and looking for their 6th in a row here. This might do it for Trevor Bean. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, that's going to do it for Trevor Bean, and we're going to get a new hurler. So Trevor Bean goes 2 innings, and the Commodores chase him after 2, and we'll tell you all about the new pitcher coming up here. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Walden Custom Builders. You are looking at Riley Bonini on the bump now. And Bonini this season, 6 1/3 innings pitched. This will be Bonini's 4th appearance in 6 1/3 innings. Bonini has allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 7. And Bonini, a freshman. So Harmony has thrown a sophomore and now a freshman at a Hotto Gallie lineup. Well, that's on them. The Commodores doing some big things in these last 5 games. Like I said, they have outscored their opponents in the last 5. Where's the stat? 52-13. They've beaten the likes of Vieira, Merritt Island, Heritage, Bayside. So it beat a team out of Canada filled with 18-year-olds last night. So Breckenridge steps in following the Walden Custom Builders call to the bullpen. And this young man will inherit a 3-0 count. So handing a freshman a 3-0 count. Bonini takes a peek over at O'Keefe. Rocks and fires. And that's ball 4. Poor guy. KJ Jones steps in. Nobody out, 2 on here. And the Commodores with now for the 2nd consecutive inning with 2 on and nobody out. They did so last inning, but then McBrearty and Dillon struck out before Aiden McMahon laced a double down the left field line. KJ Jones would love to catch a little fire right here, a little lightning in a bottle here. O'Keefe at second, Breckenridge at first. Bonini kicks and fires, and he drops that in for strike 1. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's off the top of the bat. The count is now 1-2. Riley Bonini fires. Boy, I tell you, man, that was close. 2 balls and 2 strikes to KJ. The pitch. Oh, that hit him. And KJ Jones gets on the hard way. But with nobody out, the bases are loaded. Jones will get a pinch hitter in the form of Declan Tynan again. So Declan Tynan at first, Vincent Breckenridge at second, Connor O'Keefe at third, bases juiced, and nobody out with Nick Cunningham at the dish. Nick singled on a high chopper over the third baseman's head. And that gets away, and Connor O'Keefe will score the third run, and all the runners will move up. And it's 3-0 O'Gallie. That's a pass ball. Yep, they agree. Pass ball. And now it's second and third for the Commodores with still nobody out. First base is open. He was way out in front of that one. 1-1 to Cunningham. And the infield, which was all in, is now just in at the corners. The middle portion straight away. Low and inside, 2-1 to Cunningham. Cunningham came into the game batting .233. 4 RBIs, 7 hits. Pitch. Foul tip into the catcher's glove, strike 2. He's walked 5 times and struck out 6 times. So he puts the ball in play. 2-2. Well, it hit him. It hit him. So that's the second HBP of the inning. And Cunningham, I thought it hit him. Or it's 3-2. Who knows? He's on first, and bases are loaded again. As Chase McBrearty steps up. McBrearty with an opportunity to redeem himself, as he had runners at first and second the last time he was up in the last inning, and he struck out. There goes the shuttle. Where in Brevard County can you see a launch and watch a baseball game, huh? I said the shuttle, didn't I? Yeah, I don't know. Yep, lost it. Didn't see it, didn't hear it, but there's the stream. That's a beautiful thing, man. And finally, the astronauts will come home. I wonder if you had an opportunity to get out and see the red moon last night. That was pretty cool. The pitch. That ball is lifted deep. Back, and gone! A 3-run bomb! I'm sorry, a grand slam! That is a grand slam home run by Chase McBrearty. Unbelievable. And the Commodores lead it 7-0. That one kept going and going and going. My goodness. A grand slam home run for Chase McBrearty. And I'll say he made up for it. I wasn't sure that thing was going to clear the wall. It had the distance. It was the height that concerned me on that one. And it's 7-0 O'Gallie in the third inning. The 12th home run of the year for the Commodores. And for McBrearty, that's his first 4 RBIs of the year and his first home run. Good for Chase. 3-0 and a walk to Dillon. And Harmony pitching cannot get anybody out for O'Gallie. Already 4 runs in and nobody out. These guys might have spring break on their minds as Aiden McMahon comes up for the third time in 3 innings. He walked, doubled. Boy, Chase, I'll tell you, buddy, I wish I could have given you a better home run call than that, man. You got jobbed, buddy. On a grand slam, I was looking at paying attention to the launch, watching that take. You got jobbed. And that ball gets away. I know it. Everybody listening knows it. You got jobbed. But that's all right. I'll make it up to you guys. And that is laced into left field. That's fair ball. And another Commodore run will score. And that's the second double of the game for Aiden McMahon. And it's 8-0. Might be a short one tonight. And yeah, we're going to get another pitcher here. Doesn't surprise me. We'll step aside and be right back here. All right, welcome back. We got a new pitcher, and to say he is a submariner, well, really doesn't do it justice. The old Kent to Colby pitching motion. It is number 4, Jay Van Orr. And you'll see what I mean if you haven't been paying. There it is. And he delivers a strike. Nobody out here. And he literally is throwing this thing from the dirt. And that'll go upstairs. Van Noor this season. Oh, how many outings he's had. This is his third outing. He's pitched an inning in the third. He's allowed one hit and walked one. And down to third base, he's safe as McMahon steals third. Aiden McMahon with his first stolen base of the year, at least according to the book. So McMahon gets in. The Commodores' 22nd of the season. McMahon's first. Venor got him. And that's the first pitch. That's the first out of the third inning. Carson Leach steps in. Leach is the ninth batter of the inning for Gallie versus Harmony. Drops that in for a strike. It's a tough pitch to hit. I mean, if he can get that submarine pitch over the plate, it's tough to follow the whole way. Kent Colby was so effective at it. Of course, we saw the submariner for the Oakland A's, Chad. Can't remember his last name, but used to throw that way as well. That's a HBP there. Chad Bradford. Chad Bradford used to throw that way. That's the third hit batter of the inning. And now we get to the 10th batter of the inning. This is the guy that led it off. And Xavier Larice will run for Leeds. And Connor O'Keefe will step in. Larice is gone. He's not staying. And he's gone on the first pitch. And no chance to. Oh, he goes back. Oh, he's waiting on. Oh, they called time. All right, so they called time. Are we getting another pitcher here, or what are we doing? This is the 24th ranked team in the state, and right now Gallie is on top of them, 8-0. And so I don't know what they could be possibly strategy. Yeah, he's going to take the ball from, and here we go. We got a pitching change, and this call to the bullpen we'll tell you about coming up here in a minute on Brevard Sports Network. Samuel Castillo comes on to be making his 4th appearance of the season. Castillo this year, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and 8 batters faced. So everybody throws a lot harder than the last 2 pitchers did. A tough loss last night for Harmony, an 8-7 loss by Harmony to St. Cloud in extra innings, and obviously the 3 arms thrown in that, and obviously that game took something out of these guys because that was just their 2nd loss of the year, and now they come across 192 and a couple exits up to O'Gallie, and O'Gallie is just destroying the pitching, destroying it. So, and stepping in is going to be Connor O'Keefe with Xavier Larice at first and Aiden McMahon at third. 1-0. Good job by Larice to hold up there just to see him. Measure him up. I suspect he's gone on this one, though. Nope. That gets away, and this will be the 9th O'Gallie run. And down to second base goes Xavier Larice. So 1 out and a run here simply means that O'Gallie, another run, would be up 10-0. If they can close it out, top of the 5th, it'd be over. Fouled by now. If they can get to 15, it'd be over after 3. Pitch. Low. And that's a walk. So Larice is at second following the pass ball. O'Keefe is at first. And Vincent Breckenridge. Wouldn't it be cool? The only player in Major League Baseball history to hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning was Fernando Tatis Sr. It's only happened once. How cool would it be for Chase to get up with the bases loaded again? That gets away, and everybody's going to move up. That'd be quite a feat, wouldn't it? Nine to nothing, O'Gallie on top. First base open. That's a strike. 1-1. The pitch. That's a ball. 2-1. And it's 2-2 now. Breckenridge struck out and walked. The 2-2 on its way. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman. Got to hurry, but it's 10-0. And that is an RBI for Breckenridge. The Commodores now lead it 10-0. KJ Jones steps in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Right down O'Galley Boulevard for strike one. 2 outs. And a runner on. It's Connor O'Keefe. A Chase McBrearty grand slam has broken this thing wide open. It was 3-0, and McBrearty hit one over the left center wall. And that was all she wrote. 3 more since then. And it's now 10-0 Commodores. That ball was popped up and straight out of play. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Castillo on its way. And Jones with a deep fly. That's going to be caught by the center fielder for the third and final out. But the Commodores put up 8. They get 8 runs. The big blow, a McBrearty grand slam. And the bottom of the third inning is finally ended. And the Commodores lead it 10-0. All right, we're back for the top of the fourth. 6 outs to go. That's how you got to think if you're a Commodore fan. 6 outs to go because you want this thing over by the end of the top of the fifth. Jariel Perez steps in. I want to thank Space Coast Lacrosse one of our spring sports sponsors for all sports. Meanwhile, Carson Leach is out there firing BBs, and that is the first ball he has thrown as the first pitch to a hitter all night long. And it's 2-0. Leach had gone 11 consecutive batters going 0-1 or better. And there's a strike. 2-1. This is Jadil Perez, and this is a chopper foul. And Leach now has him 2-2. So Leach doing something he's not familiar with this game, battling from behind, but he's even now at 2-2. Three and two. We got to see the submariner. Makes me think of guys like Ted Abernathy, Eldon Alker, Chad Bradford, Mark Eichhorn, Kenta Colvey, Dan Quisenberry. And a leadoff walk for Harmony, who's not going to quit. They're the 24th team in the state. Now, they won't be next week, but they are tonight as Samuel Castillo steps in. Leach first pitch, low and inside. Now, look, Leach has been sitting for 30, 35 minutes. So it's tough to grab that rhythm back, but he will. There's a strike, 1-1. And there's a ground ball to Lustig. He flips to second, over to first. They got him. How about the 6-4-3 double play? Lustig to Cunningham to Jacobs, and there's 2 outs in the blink of an eye. Turned it as Jadil Perez will go 6-4, and Castillo, if you're scoring at home, will go 6-4-3. 2 outs, and a great scoop over there by Jacobs. Great flip by Lustig, and the turn by Cunningham. It all looked purty. 2 outs. And this will bring up Angel Medina. And Medina gets into one. And that's going to, bounce off the head of Vincent Breckenridge. And that'll be an error on Breckenridge. All right. So an error I'm not sure. He just missed it. About all you could say. Hope he's okay. The trainer comes out. Scrofani steps. That hurts. Scrofani's okay. Or not Scrofani. Breckenridge is okay. Scrofani's at the plate. Scrofani grounded out to Brock Lustig his last time up. Runner at third, if he scores, would be unearned. And that's strike 1 by Brock by Carson Leach. Strike 2, and Leach looking to finish the inning off, stranding a runner at third. Be the second time in the game And they've drilled the hitter. So Nate O'Neill will step in after Carson Leach drills Scrafani. Nate O'Neill also grounded out to Lustig his last time up. Gallie looking to strand a runner at third for Harmony for the second straight inning. They stranded a runner there back in the third inning, which seems like 2 hours ago. O'Neill steps in. Carson Leach rocks, fires inside, ball one. That's strike one. 1-1. Two and one. Three and one. Leach. Not sure if the layoff. I'm not sure what it is, but not been himself as he was in the first three. Leach now on the 3-1. And that is a ground. And Bobby Collins with the air. Coach Collins. You didn't see it on camera, so it didn't happen. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leach. Got him! Punches him out. Doing a little window shopping was Nate O'Neill. Thank you. May I have another? And that will end the top of the fourth with the score. Gallie up top, 10-0. That is what my scorebook looks like as the Gallie Commodores trying to finish off here the Harmony Longhorns. They lead it 10-0 as Nick Cunningham steps in. Nick was hit by a pitch and singled, and Weston Thompson is the new pitcher, and Weston flips the first pitch offering, which is hit back to him to first base for out number 1, and that'll bring up the grand slam man, Chase McBrearty. McBrearty won over the left center field wall. his last time up for the Grand Salami to break this thing open. Strike one. And he said, give him the heater. He does. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 on its way is low. 1-2. These guys on the bench, man, they are crazy. And it's 2-2. And McBrearty strikes out. Let's see what they greet him. How they greet him. He's already got a grand slam. They were giving him grief at the plate. Declan Tynan will come in after doing some running in the game. Tynan will now come in for Kevin Dillon. Two outs here. And that's a strike two. 1-2 now. 2-2. I got the Baltimore Road jersey on tonight. I just knew Gallie was going to win this thing, so I wore the good luck jersey for him just in case. 3-2 after getting ahead. Thompson falls behind, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And the top of the lineup on deck in Aiden McMahon. McMahon looking to bat 4 times in 4 innings. And he will not, as Declan Tynan goes window shopping and has a look himself through the glass. And that's 3 up and 3 down. And the Commodores are 3 outs away from a 10-run win. Back with the 5th inning in just a moment. No pressure on Carson Leach, right? Nobody wants to win in 10-0. They don't want to go home early. Of course they do. And let's see if Leach returns to his first pitch strike mentality that he had for the first 11 batters of this game as the DH Clayton Williams steps in. Laid one out right in front of catcher KJ Jones last time. We threw him out. Leach's first pitch offering is popped up. And nobody comes up with it after the valiant effort I don't even know what we got on camera there. I just turned it and ducked. But Leach gets a strike. Inside. Two and one to Clayton Williams. And Harmony needs base runners. And there's a ground ball. Oh, what a play. And how about Nick Cunningham with the 4-3 put out? And Gallie's defense this year has been phenomenal. Now, they've made 14 errors, but you saw a double play earlier in this game, and you saw Brock Lustig with a nice play. You saw Connor O'Keefe make one earlier. And so, yep, they're flashing some leather here tonight. And that's ball one. That's strike one. And there's a shot that won't be fielded up the middle as Jaden Perez gets a base hit. Ashton Fain steps in, and the last time they had a base runner at first, the Commodores turned a double play. That's just the second hit of the game for Harmony. And there's a ground ball to Connor O'Keefe. Going to make the shore out over at first. And there's two outs. Here in the top of the fifth with Weston Thompson coming up. Thompson struck out his last time up and grounded out to Connor O'Keefe back in the first inning. And Harmony is down to their final out with a runner at second. If they can get that run across, they can extend it to 6. Lee's first pitch offering is fouled back to the screen for strike one. The 0-1, and he overthrew that one, and it's 1-1. Leeds fires, and that's a chopper foul. And now their final strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leeds takes a deep breath, looks down, gets the signal from KJ Jones, wants to end it right here. Leeds sets, fires, upstairs. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. The turn card pitch on its way. First base is open, so no harm, no foul. You just don't want that run to score. The 2-2, and there's a slow ground ball, but foul. That's Connor O'Keefe. The 2-2, and the Gallie Commodores have won it 10-0 over the Harmony Longhorns. They move to 10 wins this season, 10-3. And O'Gallie with an impressive performance here tonight. Our co-players of the game. Obviously, you got to have Chase McBrearty, but Carson Leeds with a great job tonight as well. So, I want to thank all of our sponsors as the Commodores win their sixth in a row tonight, and good for them. So, again, all of our sponsors, and we'll be back with you tomorrow from Palm Bay High School for East Coast United charity basketball tournament tomorrow. So, we'll see you then. The Gallie Commodores. It's the Demetrius Richardson Memorial Classic. The Gallie Commodores.